Slanted Disc Check Valve. The slanted disc check valve is designed and manufactured according to ASME B16.34 standard. The valve combined the structure and performance features of butterfly check valve and swing check valve, and adopted a triple eccentric structure to achieve the minimum head loss due to free running disc, with slanted seat about 25 degrees to short the closing time, thus reduce the damage of water hammer. It is widely being used in the pump discharge side to prevent the backflow damage to pump and system. The valve size range is from MPS 4 to MPS 80, DN100 to DN2000. Pressure range Class 150 to Class 600, PN10 to PN100. The main parts of valve are body, disc, shaft, and sealing ring. For bigger size of check valve, we highly recommend to use damper devices to achieve 2-speed closing feature. In normal operation, the valve will be opened by the force of fluid. This movement can be divided by the following procedures. The fluid will push the disc and shaft to turn. One side of the shaft is connected with crank. Crank is turning too. Then, hinge pin on the crank will push the piston. The piston's stroke will force the hydraulic oil from the chamber with shaft to chamber without shaft. Hydraulic cylinder is swing accordingly with this outside movement. Finally, the valve disc is moving to the position that fluid forces it to be. The valve is in open position. When the pump stops running, the pump pressure is gradually decreased before the media. The pipeline medium return. The disc quickly closed back by gravity and large hydro and disc eccentric movements, while driving through the stem and crank rod in rapid slide rod chamber, so that the disc quickly closed in the first stage. When the piston contact with hydraulic oil, slowing the movement speed of the piston, hydraulic oil flows through the pipe rod chamber under the action of the crank stem, so that the disc closed. Slow the second stage, so as to achieve slow closing function. Reduce the impact of the seat in the slow closing process through an external hydraulic cylinder throttle control. Regulate slow closing time. The valve is with a big flow path. Minimum low head loss. The dynamic design disc makes less turbulence and cavitation. It can greatly reduce the water hammer damage and extend the lifetime for both pipeline and pump. This triple eccentric structure makes the sealing section of the disc immediately break away from the valve seat at the moment of opening, and there is almost no friction in valve opening and closing. The external damping devices is an option, without counterweight, and can separate the closing procedure into fast and slow 2-speed closing. This feature significantly reduces the damage of water hammer.